Rumble's been let through too much, and then you just have
There
a
it is.
mega losing
Brilliant.
topside. It wasn't the Rakan, the Zyra Khan. It's Jace instead in that mid side. So
Of course,
gonna...
got so much play yesterday as well.
Yeah, we saw Jace so much yesterday too. He's really strong. I think he's really good into the meta mid lanes. This Trundle is definitely interesting though. It's like a blind Trundle just chilling here. I think it's really quite strong into Rel, to be honest, with like the Rel steals resistances, and then does she steal them or just shred them? I can't remember, but either way, you just
Steal them.
You do steal them, yeah. So then you steal them back if you're get some Robin Hood gameplay from Trundle here. So yeah, I think that's an interesting pick into Rel specifically.
Yeah, pretty interesting. It looks like Nautilus prior is pretty high for the side of Verdant. They're banning out LeBron. It's typically the answer, right? I can imagine it's also being picked into the Rel pretty commonly. I think the Jace was actually a denial pick, because typically when you pick Rumble and you go AP Kai'Sa down in bot side, you want an AD mid laner, and Tristana's already banned, so you take the Jace away to deny that. I think that's the whole idea of it. There's the Nautilus ban, like we alluded to, because of that Braum indicating that. Now, what do Fourth will have as an answer into that Trundle? We'll see Leona comes in as a replacement for that Nautilus. You want to pair hard CC with this Kai'Sa, so that also makes sense.
Alrighty, well, see what they're going to make as their final pick here. Looking towards that mid lane. I guess Rumble is flexible technically, but been a while since I've seen the old Rumble mid. Obviously, they are still blind picking regardless for either mid or that top, depending on what... Well, they're blind picking regardless here, so they don't know exactly what top and mid are going to look like on the side of fourth. What am I talking about? It's fourth wall blind picking. I'm an idiot. They are taking their time to think about it, though, as my brain malfunctions, and they lock in the Rek'Sai, still looking towards a potential top laner.
Do you think there's a world where this Rek'Sai goes top lane? Did you? That's kind of like been a thing recently. I know that sounds extreme, but you know, like they even nerfed Rek'Sai as a laner.
I don't think so, though. I think it's probably the pocket pick they pulled out to counter this Trundle. You know what? You're considering how little Trundle's been picked, and the same goes for Rek'Sai. I'm not afraid to admit I don't really know how this matchup goes. You have any idea, Foxy?
Oh my goodness,
that's so nice.
Spicy.
I love that Silas.
Mid Kai'Sa.
Ooh, okay.
Oh.
I mean, okay. So we've seen this in the LEC. Right, they go static, they build a standard AP build, and they just farm 12 CS a minute. I think we saw this from Team Heretics with, I think it's Vetio, and he did really well. Okay, so the thing is, globally, Kai'Sa mid isn't doing as well as Kai'Sa bot lane, but we've seen it do well. So, yeah, I really like this. The Silas pick as well, to take an Asher or Leona.
Looks like.
Yeah, to match it. I think that was extremely spicy.
It's not just the Asher and the Leona was really high value here. Verdant played the combo with the Rumble Rel. This time they get the Rumble Rel without having the Rumble. This Silas is actually a really nice little pickup for that, because you're going to lay that carpet down on top of the Magnet Storm. I love what Fourth Wall have put together here. They can keep everyone down. Ragnar can get the feathers on the ground and basically CC whoever is caught in that big combo. That's a very, very solid team coming in from Fourth Wall. On the other side, I do like what Verdant have put together here. I'm curious to see what you guys think, because I think if we had the nameplates on, I think regardless, we're going to be like, well, Verdant are just the better team here. But nameplates off, Aragon, what are your thoughts?
I like the range that Verdant have with the AP Kai'Sa and the Ashe. I think that's extremely good into the Xayah, right, in isolation. But then they also can match range with that Jace. Goodbye, Foxy. And we just see the void now.
Sorry.
But
hello,
the Rek'Sai... Hello, mate. Rek'Sai indicates that, Fourth Wall have put themselves on a bit of a timer. Okay, they have to get something done with this Rek'Sai, play down to the bot side, potentially, and let Jace scale up in the top side. That's what I'm expecting to see from Fourth Wall.
I think you've just got insane aggression with Rek'Sai always. Like, Rek'Sai as a champion is kind of like the AD assassin version of Elise. You know, just you got to get things going early as such insane ganks from this champ, and as the game goes on, you really use your utility unless you're going for like those one shots on the backline onto a squishy, which I think is a lot harder to do in competitive play than in solo queue, obviously, when there's a lot more vision knocking about and people are a bit more playing with their brains slightly more switched on than in solo queue. I mean, you still have some good targets, with Ashe and with Kai'Sa, some relatively low mobility champions, and I love that they've thrown Jace into top side. I think Silas as well has so many good options for to steal ultis from. I honestly really like Fourth Wall's draft. I can see this team going the way, but a lot of it will hinge on the Rek'Sai performance early and whether it can get things going.
Yeah. I do think Sorry, go ahead, Dipper.
I was just going to say, I think I'd be a little bit more confident in Verdant if we didn't have that game versus Domino yesterday, where Domino really, really challenged Verdant. That did not look like a one-sided affair. We expected that game to be very, very, just a very intense game, a very just kind of Verdant-favored game. But they kind of fell apart. They didn't really have the greatest performance, and yes, they did win that game, but Domino made them fight tooth and nail for it. And Verdant won with a team which we even said was just way easier to execute, had a lot of strength in its initial comp. I think this time they're playing with a team that don't have as much, like, kind of just front-loaded power. That was a ghost from Gooby.
Huh. That is
the old ghost ward.
I mean, I suppose the idea is the second, like, an auto-connect, you could run him down till the end of time, right, with those auto-attacks. But, yeah, maybe it's a tad optimistic. The big concern I have is how well they play around Jin race this game. Because they have a lot of potential to gank mid. It's just a squishy AD carry, right? They can drag up Rel with that potential E engage, as well as they have Silas melee set up with that Rek'Sai knock-up as well. They can also play the bot side if there's a bunch of trading to force some summoners. So lots of action coming down in the early game. You see Verdant sweeping out this river. Really curious what they see, what they do.
They really want to do something here, don't they? They really want to leverage that level 1. It's quite a strong level 1 with Leona's stun and that sunlight passive as well. That perma slow, as you mentioned too, from Ashe, so really hard to get away from that. Did Forceful? I don't think they know.
I don't think you saw
I don't
that.
think they know.
I think they know now. I think, and it's gone. I think Taxus smited that, right? It popped up over his head. That's nothing to use. I mean, Rek'Sai, Silas, level 1.
What's he doing? Yu's coming back bot though.
Going down to his croak.
He's got smite. Taxa doesn't, I guess.
He's trying to contest his red buff again.
Oh my! This is such a flippy play right here. Like literally, the whole early game is gonna depend on this one play right now.
Yeah, Taxa can't do this.
It's good if they can get Taxa out though. This is good. This is good.
Yeah, looks like Chimera's going to look for him. Ragnar putting some feathers down. Wendell trying to contest in as well. Smite's there. Ute gets it. They try to jump in onto Wendell. Flash gets burnt. So Ute looks for that knock-up. Does land it onto Wendell. Taxa gets that AD still with the chomp on. And it looks like it's going to be the end of the play. Ute able to recover what was a pretty rough start as Niter now rotating over will get spotted out by those by that vision from the Rek'Sai. And a very peculiar start to this game. A very, very peculiar start to this game.
It's all good though. Like Ute's game was looking really dire right there. I was a bit skeptical when he went back to the bot side to the red buff to contest the red level 1 versus level 2, but because Ragnar and Chimera did come up there, did make that play possible, and all's well that ends well. In fact, I'd say that may even be advantage Rek'Sai as far as the tempo goes. Tax is going to take a little bit of time here as Ute now at only level 2 doesn't really want to make a play happen, but once this role gets level 2 as well, maybe they can just go for the engage.
Yeah, no wards down for the side of Verdant. Gooby might get caught out here. He has no ghost, so Chimera is flashing in.
What a stun. They're looking for the knock-up. That is going to be the end of Gooby. First blood to Ragnar. Wendell trying to get away. Ute goes underground. Flashes forward. Finds another knock-up. Wendell being slowed down. Chimera gets back on the horse. Misses the Q. Wendell just about gets away from that one. Ute pays his bot lane back for that roam.
He was in their debt and he made sure to repay it off. It's surprising when you see a Rek'Sai level 2 make a play. It's one of those champions that really wants to get level 3. And I feel like maybe Verdant, having known that, played a little bit disrespectfully to Ute's positioning there, just assuming, it's a Rek'Sai, he won't come down, we'll be fine. They were not fine, and they do lose that first blood. Gooby gonna pay the price for that one, but Taxa knows now. Taxa knows that Ute, he's behind the pace for that gank. He's going to try and punish this one. Having 5 recalling as well. A lot of pressure in the top side from Nilly. Opens up this play. I don't think Ute knows this is going on either. So it should just be a free blue buff right now for Taxa and Verdant.
Oh, Niter, no, not like this. It doesn't matter if his jungle's being stolen because he is doing everything, everywhere. Niter gets caught out by the Q there. The Prey Seeker's on. Chimera just needs to get over the wall. It looks like Chimera to get away, but no. Fi coming in. Can he find that empowered Q? Can he find the follow-up? Niter gets out.
Oh my goodness,
Faye jumps over the wall, gets himself caught out and goes down. A little bit too eager.
So desperate to do something. And crucially, after all that's said and done, Fi has no TP to get back to lane now, right? So he already had his TP popped and bought a tier with it. Now he's got to waddle back to lane, and that wave is pushing out, right? So it's a really undesirable wave state. And at the end, all said and done, you might look for another play here.
Yeah, he's going to be looking for it.
He definitely doesn't win this versus Taxa with Nita coming in as well.
No, Nita's got the damage on. You fails the pillar! It's beautiful! Jirius, can he save his jungler? You doesn't need it. He just limps out. Oh my word, this game is so stressful, man.
What is going on? I don't get it. I don't get any of this. Like, you really should be taking a 1v1 fight versus a Trundle. Like, I mean, Rek'Sai is very strong in the 1v1, but Trundle is Trundle, right? Like, there's no way you can win that. God, he almost paid for it. So a really nice pillar to knock the Rek'Sai out of the tunnel, but just able to walk away a little bit there. It was very, very close. This is a ridiculous early game, but the fact that Ute is this far behind, 30 CS to 12, 3 camps to like almost 10, it's a bit of a diffy and not good for Rek'Sai, who wants to have this early game going in our favor.
Take a look at how miserable top lane is. You can see Fi, he cannot walk up. He has no flash, and he's frozen on. He's just farming with EQs at max range. It's actually miserable, because he knows Tax is topside without respawning Krug camp. And look at him. All he can do is sit in a bush and hug walls whilst his team hopefully eventually comes topside to bail him out. But that freeze is not going away anytime soon. You see Tax is actually moving up here to punish. Fi might actually get Quao. He has no flash.
Yeah, he's in danger. Gets the speed up. Tries to jump away to safety. The pillar is beautifully placed. Gets the Q off. Has that carpet laid down. And Fi gets the knockback. But Nilly will toast him and finish him up. Lovely little pick. Jimrius and Ute get caught out, though, on that rotate towards the top bot side.
It's just... So I think part of the reason why Taxes picked this Trundle was because he assumed that Jimray was playing Jace in the mid lane. Oh, hold that thought.
Oh, Nita's got no flash. He ults out, but he's done.
All right. Well, that's the power of the early ganks here for Rek'Sai. Wendell's in trouble too.
Oh, no. Down he goes. This means Ute should be able to pick this one up. Does have Taxa coming in, so Chimera and Ragnar need to hover about. And Taxa realizes he doesn't have the pressure. He doesn't have the power. Honestly, Ute has fallen behind, but he has done stuff on the map to make this a recoverable situation for himself. He is equal in levels to Taxa, as Gooby is just about avoiding.
That's the ghost, yeah.
Crucially, Gooby's hit level 6 here. As the dragon spawn, Ute's probably not going to be able to secure any of this. As Gooby moves up, he's got arrow. This could be really bad for Ute.
Yeah, Ute flashes over, needs to try and get himself under the tunnel. They do get a bit of damage off, tries to find that knock-up, unable to connect it onto Taxa. Taxa's low HP. The dragon is a hero! It finds the kill! Meanwhile, Ute desperately getting out. Not going to go down. Chimera finds the kill onto Gooble. Wendell almost getting Ragnar here. Going to be able to finish him up. The supports are OP. And down they go.
Can Chimera execute? That's the question. Verdant have no idea where he is, and I think by the time he reveals himself on the map, it will be too late. It's going to be the execute for Chimera there. So all in all, a relatively even exchange. But what is going on this game? Oh, goodness me.
Yeah. Both junglers quite far behind at this point. Usually junglers hit level 6 about 7 to 8 minutes. And I believe at 7 minutes, Ute was level 4. So seeing a lot of skirmishing and action and a lot of people being set far behind. But crucially, Fourth will actually have gold on a decent amount of members, right? Like, so look at Ragnar, right? It's on him now with this 2-1 kill lead to actually potentially carry as Gooby has been set behind.
Absolutely, but they're looking for a potential dive here. Chimera does have the lockdown. The feathers are there. He's desperately Ragnar trying to get some damage in. Pulls the feathers back. Roots 2 underneath the tower. Taxa going low. Featherstorm comes out. Duke finds the kill. A 2-for-1 as Fourth Wall put off the dive.
This is the power of Trundle ulti versus Rel, any kind of tanky champion. You slap down that ultimate, you subjugates the tankiness out of the support, and then just pretty easy to go down. I just think it was a bit aggressive, especially if you don't know where the enemy jungler is. Like, they had to know where you was to go for that play, and kind of sloppy there actually from Verdant to give a little bit too much away in that situation. Of course, however, on the other hand,
don't look top.
Any kind of pressure you put on bot side, even if it doesn't go too well for you, you're giving space to Nile to just do whatever he wants. And just look at him. It's illegal.
Yeah, but Wendell, though, getting run down, pulled in, finished up nice and simple. Nothing Wendell can do about that one, as Ute finds himself the kill. Top is miserable, but it's one of those games where it's going well elsewhere, so it's not the end of the world. And 4 kills on Ute. He can come topside and maybe help solve the pressure problem in the top side of the map.
Yeah, I don't know how many plates top tower is on, so it's on 4, right? So he's under no immediate threat of being dove. He actually decided to recall. Not sure what his HP situation was before that. Still, Jace is one of those champions where, you know, even if you fall behind, people call those Jace tags. Okay, you can be 0-10-0, but if you hit your 3-item spike, you will still be relevant. Because Jace he's all about gold, and eventually he'll get right? Still, though, this is absolutely brutal. They can zone off a 5 from even getting to the lane right now and just make him watch that CS die in his face. And you see Nilly, knowing he's in this bush, just walks up to him and just denies any chance of him getting back to lane.
What? He's TPing back to his tower.
Oh, that's a banger.
I love that.
That's a bit questionable because he might die on the next wave if they decide to go for that.
That's so funny. That is actually so tragic there for Fi. It's just,
if
he had died there, honestly, like, I don't know, man. We would have seen a pause and Fourth will be like, one of our players is DC'd. We don't know where he's gone. That's just, But, I mean, hey, desperate times, man. Desperate times, desperate measures. He's down 50 CS here. Almost 2,000 gold. Yeah, which is especially significant when you consider the fact that Fi's only on 2,000 gold.
Strange interaction that was. Still, props to Nilly, right? Because we're saying miserable fires, but props to Nilly actually snowballing as the Rift Herald comes down mid. Now, who's going to come answer? You see Chimera running up that river, and mid lane's still in base. This could be really chunked. Trundle really hits these towers hard.
Yeah, it's going to be a bunch of plates. The Ash Arrow comes in. The Solar Flare comes down as well. That is going to be the end of one. Chimera jumps in with the Magnus Storm, but he has no team with him. Jimry is desperately trying to get in. Gets the red carpet laid down onto multiple members, cooking them underneath. The shutdown for Jimrius. The tower still stands. And Fourth Wall make a bad situation slightly better for themselves.
More trading coming down in mid-side, but that is 4 plates going over to the side of Verdant. Fortunately, the gold was spread out, but still, that's an accelerated team. And Nilly, using all that pressure he's been given topside, come down and guarantee this crash on the Rift Herald. Still, traded up by 5. Fi's got to be sitting pretty right there. He managed to finally get something, and he's saying to himself, you know, it's playable, guys. I can actually play the game. Wonder if he's completed his item here. It doesn't look like he's just going to get all fields and complete his boots. Still, though, 3 minutes until Dragon. Let's see how both teams shape up here and move towards that objective. I imagine Chimera, the silent hero, honestly, finding these engages mid, they might look for more picks towards mid side and then set up that vision.
How good was that arrow, though, from Gooby? All the way from bot lane. He hadn't even left. Just predicted where Ute was going to be underneath that tower. And pretty easy kill for his team. Here comes the TP. Vendal's caught.
Yeah, Ute's in a bit of danger. Wendell loses a lot of HP as they get the solar flare down, jumping forwards, finished up. No, the pillars are going to be there. Lovely little finalize there with the chain lash from Jimrius.
Yeah, just a tombstone for Vendel in that situation. Unfortunately, not actually going to be able to save him out at all. Great TP right there, and that enables now, most importantly, not just for that kill, but to get some pressure on the bot side. And Gooby could be in trouble.
Could be in a lot of danger, actually. It's Ute who's getting turned around too. The feathers don't get pulled back in the right position, and down they go. They do find a bit of a lockup, but there's a fight happening on multiple fronts. Magnus Storm comes down. Ragnar getting a bunch of damage onto Knight. A Feather Storm forwards, pulls back the feathers. The flash forward to finish the kills. Jimrius comes in. Kingslayer to keep his health up, but it's not going to keep him alive for long. Ragnar being run down on multiple fronts, pulls the feathers back. It's about to come back. Locking Taxer in place and taking half of his HP. They've got the blast going. They've got the escape routes. It's the slow. It's big, but another lockdown. Another pullback of the feathers, and Fourth Wall limping out of bot lane.
And that whole fight was started because Ute tried to flash knock up Gooby, but Gooby, the presence of mind to fire that stun knowing that was coming and he could just walk away from the knockup. It just left Ute dead in the water. He had no flash, no E to get away. And then the whole fight devolves into Ragnar and Chimera just abusing the strength of Rel in that move, trying to get away. Jinrace crucially misses those chains to not secure the kill onto Gooby. And in the end, it's heads up Verdant, but they manage to escape limping.
1 minute now till Dragon spawns. I think this will be the next big fight of the game you would have to feel when these two teams just want to fight endlessly. We're 14 minutes into the game and we have 20 kills. It seems to be kind of sloppy though. It's not just one of those games where both teams have, you know, kind of butting heads and clashing out with their calculated plays. I'm just... It feels like the team that makes the proactive play is the team that kind of doesn't come out on top. A little bit of sloppiness from the execution here from both these teams. As Ragnar now.
Oh, Ragnar's in a lot of danger. Hasn't got that Feather Storm. They're going to bring in everything on him, but down he goes. And that'll also be the end of Chimera. As Gooby taking a lot of damage from the support, but that's going to be the end of that. Punishing Ragnar, cleanseless, ultless, and a double kill gifted over to Gooby. Niter may find himself getting jumped onto, though. Look at the flank coming in. Actually, they've also got Nilly in the area as Jimrius jumps forward, gets some damage down onto Niter, does lock him in place, steals away the Rumble R. Rumble R comes out from Nilly, though, as Ute tries to finish up a kill onto Niter. Niter's saved by the pillar. No, the old forwards, the shield coming in huge. Fourth wall losing out massively.
Nerves of steel coming in from Niter there with that ultimate, holding it for that execute damage from the Rek'Sai, making sure he does not get executed there. And Nilly, honestly, that 50 CS lead and that prior from topside managing to come down and with that epic flank, just like you are highlighting. And this all stems from the bot play, which transitioned to a mid play, initially capitalizing on the cleanseless Ragnar, disrespecting the potential chain CC.
That is the word for it, is disrespect. Like, I don't know what Ragnar was doing in that position. If you don't have Featherstorm, you don't have Cleanse, you're like in Gooby's face. What do you expect? He's obviously going to ult you and bring you down. And yeah, that was a bit of a question mark for me. And I was also saying that the team that initiates the play is the one that doesn't win. Well, that whole play in mid lane, that was Jim Reyes. He wanted to take that one, you as well. And they're the ones who get punished for it too. It's just sloppy all around, to be honest. And so far it has been Verdant coming out ahead at this stage of the game. About a 3,000 gold lead. You have to imagine a lot of that is in the top side. So it doesn't necessarily tell the story of the entire team's performance. So as long as, Fourth Wall don't play too much with Jace and can avoid Nile specifically, this is still a pretty even game, all things considered.
Absolutely. And crucially, the gold is gone onto Gooby now. He's no longer 0-2-0. He actually managed to pick up 3 kills in these past skirmishes. And somehow has a bounty, right? He's probably going to transition this over now to the Rift Herald. And are we going to see a contest from the side of Fourth Wall? Are they confident? Do they have summoner spells? And it doesn't look like it, right? You're a flashless Rek'Sai. Why are you even posturing, right? Maybe you can try and pick off Rumble instead if you decide to commit to the crossfire. But it does look like they're going to fight.
Yeah, Chimera actually gets himself onto Gooby. The Magnustorm is going to get some damage down. Chimera's in low HP, though. Solar Flare lands onto Ragnar. Teleport coming in. Featherstorm goes down. Taxa gets caught. They're going to throw everything onto him, and he can't survive for long as Jimrius finds the kill. Fi comes in, gets himself a Q onto the 2 of Verdant, who are heavily chunked out. But Fourth Wall, they may just lose this mid tower for this unless Fi can find it. They see them there. They're going to jump forward. Wendell just about able to survive.
Yeah, and
it was close though, wasn't it? Oh my goodness, look at that again.
Bro, if he wasn't 3k down, that would be a dead support.
Fi needed that, didn't he? He really needed that. If only he knew. That was, that is so, that's a little bit unlucky. Unlucky Fi in this one. Oh, but it's just, I don't know. What a ridiculous clash of playstyles here in this game. Like, I'm not quite sure why, but both teams, as no one wants to concede anything on the map. They're permanently fighting, permanently going for these aggressive plays, and it makes a very entertaining League of Legends. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just not quite sure what the game plan is for these teams. Like, they're just endlessly kind of flipping it forward, and it could be risky. Speaking of,
yeah, they've locked Nilly in place. He is cooked. Jimrius finds himself another shutdown. He is picking up so much gold at the moment, and that Silas is starting to get very scary.
Yeah, Jinrace with the MVP material, honestly, kind of popping up everywhere on this Lissandra, on this Silas, just finding picks everywhere you go. He's super proactive and creative, and he always manages to win his lane. You could see he's already at 2 items, right, at 18 minutes. This is big, right? This is big. This is definitely a good shutdown onto Nilly as well in the side lane. You typically see this into Rumbles where they just get chain CC'd, right, and they just cannot move. And it's not like they're super tanky. They are super squishy despite those buffs to the shield. Now, how do they transition this into topside river? Rift Herald is spawning soon. That is a Baron. My mistake. It's not Rift Herald. We're way too late. I feel like there's been so much action that time is just going by so quickly. So the next objective to be contested is probably going to be a dragon. Let's see how both teams prepare for that.
All right. Yeah. He has the cleanse. He has the cleanse. He's going to use it. Dodges away and everything. Knight has to flash away. Jimrius steals away Wendell's ultimate. Cleanse and ulti used there from Ragnar. but overall not the end of the world. I say that! Chimera! Oh my word! Verdant are melted! What a wombo from fourth wall! But the turnaround's coming in from Gooby. Knock-up comes down. Taxa is going to get traded back onto us. Jimrius finds himself a kill. Misses out on the chain lash. Gooby's got the slow to multiple members. He's starting to farm up kills. Fi finds an answer up though, as Gooby is making the hero play happen. But fourth wall, they've done the damage. They've done the work. Triple kill for Jimrius and an absolutely colossal team fight.
There's been loads of scrapping and fighting in this game, but the first 5v5 goes over to the side of fourth wall. Perfectly played right there. The stolen Leona ulti locked down 3 members from Verdant, and from that you can just wombo combo alongside the Rel. It's crazy. We talked about the Rumble ult plus Rel combination, how Silas could use that. What about Leona Rel? That's something you never see on the same team. Insane. Lockdown for days. And Verdant coming out on the bad side of that one. But what a fight from 4-4.
Definitely want to highlight Chimera and his engage there. He manages to find the 3-man queue into like the 4-man ultimate, right? And the entire time, it doesn't look amazing, even still, because crucially, the engage misses Gooby. And Gooby just free hits on this Ashe all day long, but in the end, it still isn't enough, despite managing to flash the Rek'Sai engage. Actually ends up falling, and fourth will take the first fight. Now, Dragon is up, Rift Herald is spawned. You can imagine that fourth will actually gonna give this because they have to deal with that Rift Herald. You see, he's not having any of it. He's just gonna recall and go prepare for the next one.
Yeah, it's only the second for Verdant, so it's not a major thing for 4-4. They've burnt a lot in that previous fight. They just want to get back on and get as much gold as possible. And that Jace tax you were talking about, starting to get a little bit closer. Fight almost fully stacked his mirror mana, 2 items in. That fight injected a lot of gold into him, plus the 3 towers they've been able to collect in the last, I think it's about 4 minutes they've been able to pick up all those towers. So a lot of just kind of global gold getting injected in, as it does look like Verdant are looking for a fight here. They land the Ashe Arrow, but a great escape there from Chimera. Solar Flare comes down onto the pillar. They've been slowly but surely toasted as 2 members fall, but the Feather's doing a lot of work. That slow zone just being a little bit too much, though. Verdant heavily chunked out. Are they going to think about Baron?
Yeah, it's happening again, isn't it? Every single game this comes down to. In the pre-show, I alluded to the fact that somehow Verdant manage every single time to do some kind of Baron dance, find a pick around Baron. They're so good at controlling vision around it and turn that into a Baron. And at this point, they're probably just going to do a repeat of yesterday where they snowball the game now and just siege and take absolutely everything in the face of 4-4.
Well, going to stop a couple of recalls there. Fi's being a nuisance while they try and shove in that mid wave. Try and slow down the use of the Baron as much as possible. If Fi lands another Q here, that is just sadness hours. Not going to happen. He's just going to go catch himself that wave topside.
And this is it, the first big advantage for Verdant in this game. They've had times where they've been just a little bit ahead in the lane phase, but nothing too significant. But now that they found those 2 kills plus Baron, you can just never write Verdant off. I think this is one of the reasons why they are the best team in the NLC. And also just this team combo in choke points, absolutely disgusting. You know, Leona ulti, Rumble ulti, Tax's pillar as well. It's impossible to navigate, and exactly as Aragon said, like if you're face checking into Fog of War against that, then you're really just screwed.
Well, they were thinking about jumping in onto Verdant, but Verdant were very much aware that play was going to happen and just back off and play safe. But look at you sitting in this little cubby, using his passive to kind of sense the location of the Verdant members. While Fi's catching waves on that bot side, Nilly is going to be working this wave top side up, and it's going to be a little bit of a slow shove here from Verdant. I think they're very respectful to the damage and what's capable of coming out from 4-4. Jimrius needs to be careful though, because he could find himself a victim of a pillar, able to dash away to safety. You will be aware of who's in the area. I think the scary thing for 4-4 now is they're sieging into that Rumbler as they jump in with the Magnet Storm. There's that combo. There's the knock-up. Instant Solar Flare, but Gooby's down. Ragnar gets the damage onto Taxa. Taxa's cooked. Double kill for Jimrius. And Verdant, they just lose out hard.
Yeah, they completely stall out this siege. You could see that they did not expect Chimera to engage there because Wendell was over the wall channeling his Hex Flash looking for his own engage. Suddenly Chimera runs in there with 600 move speed and it's just layered on top of Gooby, and this is just the power, or rather the weakness of not having any escapes in your kit. Gets that equalizer on his face with that Magnet Storm and there's just nothing he can do.
A lot of damage coming out from Niter W there.
Yeah, that is.
AB Kai said, oh my word. Oh, Niter!
He's dead!
Oh.
He just assassinated him! A champion is not okay, but Niter might get himself assassinated in response. Instant flash out, Featherstorm comes down, Jimrius finds the kill, Ashe Arrow goes wide, and 2 get traded back. Fourth Wall just keep getting away with these plays. I don't know what the hell is happening, but they're doing so good at finding a response play to a very good play from Verdant.
It just feels like whoever takes the first step in this game often is the one that gets burned. Not every single time. You know, Verdant did find that pick before that led them to the Baron, but especially in the early game, and with that play you just saw there, like the response coming through from really either side whenever the other one wants to go for a proactive play, it's been really spot on. And it does mean this game has been really back and forth here. Great response there for Fourth Wall, not just turning over, lying down and dying, instead showing signs of life here. And there's a huge Silas now on the side of Fourth Wall. Jim Race, that 700 gold bounty, maxed that one out almost at his 4th item. Honestly, and with the caliber of ultimates that he can steal, this guy's going to be an absolute menace in these team fights.
Yeah, and props to Chimera. Honestly, we kind of didn't mention his engages, and yes, he's playing well, but like, he's managing to pull off like 3 or 4 man ultimates every single time and set up his team for success. Yes, Jin Reyes is also doing something very similar, but yeah, Silent Hero and Chimera are doing really well.
He's doing a lot. He really is. Jim Reyes is going to be fishing with that Ashar, looking for a good opportunity. Gooby is going to have to flash away. That's massive, but they were able to burn that. And Verdant are going to fire back. They're also going to miss that Ashar, but no summoner spells, just sidesteps coming in. Fourth Wall do not have the inside track on the river, though. That's the crucial thing here. Verdant control the Baron area.
You can see, like, as we alluded to in Champs League, you can see the range disadvantage coming in for the side of Fourth Wall now. You have range from Ashe and this Niter pick, right? And every single time it tags, it reduces the cooldown. So Fourth Wall, struggling a little, gonna have to find this engage before they get hooked out too much.
Yeah, they are looking for it. Wendell steps up somewhat, gets himself caught, knocked up. They're going to get the damage off. The Dragon's already been caught, but that doesn't matter because down they go. They trade 1-for-1 globally. There's going to be a massive engage from Chimera on the backline. He's able to survive for a little bit longer, but a great red carpet is just toasting Fourth Wall. Ragnar and Jim Reyes, I don't think they've got enough in the tank here, trying to pull those feathers back, but Ragnar's down. That is all of the members but Jim Reyes down. Verdant have all the power they need as Jim Reyes desperately trying to escape.
It's just too much here for Fourth Wall. Verdant with the perfectly engaged team fight here, which actually kind of started again with the team of Fourth Wall looking for the proactive play and getting burned. Essentially trading Ute for Wendell there, which isn't really worth it. Wendell absorbs so much from Fourth Wall, and with Ute down, that's like actually a pretty big threat from the onto the back line. Just taken out of it. Yeah. So then Gooby and Niter can just kind of do what they want to do. A lot of those combinations throwing through in that team fight with the red carpet, which is just crazy in that choke point. It's just too much for Fourth Wall to deal with in these straight up team fights. You need to steal one of these high impact ultis for Silas if you want to contest in these fights, or maybe get a pick in a different way. And those straight up 5v5s, it's going to be really difficult for them to find the windows, and you saw it there.
I think the next fight's going to be super important as well. Yeah. Just having a quick look at the inventories. Ragnar now 3 items with a stopwatch in his inventory. Hasn't got the flash. That's pretty crucial, but does have that cleanse.
Yeah. I think a big problem in the last fight was not the layering of the Chimera ulti, which was on a flank with that equalizer. So looking forward, let's see how well they layer the spells as the arrow comes out.
Oh, but it's a great block and disengage there from Chimera. The red carpet goes down, but Chimera and Ragnar are able to just about limp away from that one. A lot burnt there from Verdant. And they don't get enough power to guarantee that Baron without contested.
Yeah, the Verdant staple Baron dance as they control this vision and force Fourth Wall to face check every single time. They just have no tools to do it yet. I suppose.
Yeah, they're just going to look for that fight immediately onto Jim Reyes. He uses the stopwatch to block away on everything. They jump straight in onto Gooby. Gooby's toasted! What a magnetic storm! Ragnar can just run away with this fight! 1 by 1, Verdant fall to Fourth Wall. A triple kill onto Jim Reyes. He's going for the quadra as Fourth Wall will get the Baron.
Insane team fighting from Fourth Wall here. Absolutely beautiful stuff when you just thought that they were the ones getting caught out. It wasn't them, it was Verdant instead. Gooby positioned a little bit too far forward to try and get the fight onto Jin Reyes to knock him down. But a brilliant stopwatch buys him enough time for the rest of his team to come on through. And of course, Chimera that we I mean, we've been saying so many times, haven't we? What an engage from this guy, what a flank from this guy, what a play from this guy. But he does it again, locks down all of Verdant in that fight, and it's just that positioning, right? It's the brain power to press the stopwatch, and then also to go for the engage on the rail. Like, honestly, this mid support duo has just been going absolutely mega for fourth wall.
Yeah, so now what are they going to do, right? It looks like they're committing to this 1-3-1, or rather 4-1. You can see Jace initially want to go top, and now he's going mid. How can they pull this off and respect not getting engaged on by that Leona Trundle?
Chimera's able to get over the wall, jump away to safety. As it's a slower push again, just like when Verdant had that Baron. They are playing it pretty steady. There's a large wave starting to build up on the top side, so don't have to be worried about that. But Nilly has got the Ignite, not the TP, so he's not on a real threat as they put the Equalizer down. And Verdant just getting absolutely cooked by that one over the wall. Fi getting some damage. They do find a return, though. Magnistorm lands on multiple members. Everybody just flashes the wall, clears into the fight, and it's so messy immediately. Yute goes golden, trying to survive for as long as possible, but no, he's going to be getting himself taken down there by Nita. He's trying to finish up these last couple of players. Is Jinrius stealing away the Kai'Sa ultimate. Probably not the most active one for him to take.
Yeah, that was really weird, right? Because the fight started, everyone flashed in, but I don't know where Ragnar was. He just wasn't hitting. He was super far away, so I don't think he was in range to auto whilst all the CC was coming down. On top of the fact that Chimera, I don't think he initially managed to cast R before he got stunned once he dashed in. Fortunately, not going to be able to see it again, but still. Yeah, messy stuff coming in from both sides. This is a real nail-biter. Now Dragon spawning, and it's going to be sole point for the side of Verdant. Fourth wall are going to make it in first to this objective. Let's see if they can have Verdant face check into them and find the engage.
Well, you know the fourth wall want to fight this. They've been winning the last few fights, and they're feeling very, very comfortable. They're going to TP in to make sure they get control of the area. Big things to watch. Ragnar, very close to getting that flashback, has his ultimate and the cleanse for this fight. Stopwatch up available for Jinrius. No flash, crucially. A lot of the flashes were used in that previous engage. They all flash to clear into the wall. Question is are Verdant feeling comfortable to take this? Because Jinrius, remember, he's got the Kai'Sa ult. He doesn't have that Rumble ult, so they're losing a lot of power from that immediately. Yute's coming in, but Chimera jumps in. Jinrius uses the ulti on the backline, tries to finish up Wendell. Stopwatch comes down. What an equalizer, though, onto the backline. Ragnar's being toasted as they're trying to finish up, trying to shut down the crucial members. Dragon is secured, but the team is going to be forfeited. The flash comes up in the nick of time there for fourth wall. They've got Baron, so they can get back to base quick.
They're just pushing mid. They just decided, yeah, they're just going to barrel down mid and try and get as much as they can here. I don't know. These fights are just so back and forth. One time it's fourth wall, then it's Verdant, then it's fourth wall, then it's Verdant. And Verdant should be able to push down onto the inhibitor here. I don't think they can end the game, especially with this equalizer being slapped down, but I think you just got to concede this for now. So let this inhib fall and try not to lose too many more members. That's that would-be game, but yeah, Verdant's going to back away from this one. Fourth wall going to let it happen. That isn't sold just yet, though. Crucially, in that last team fight, it's worth noting that fourth wall did bring down the dragon. So no Chemtech sold just yet. The next dragon that spawns won't be Elder. It will be another Chemtech.
And every single good fight we've seen from the side of fourth wall here, right, has been layered with Chimera finding the Dream Engage, plus either the AoE of the Feathers from Xayah, or a Sylas Rumble ult, right? We need to see that again if they want a chance. If Sylas takes this Kai'Sa and tries to dive backline and puts all his DPS onto Leona again, onto Wendell, it's just not going to go well for them. This is their biggest combination. Every single time they haven't done that, they've lost the fight. As now, take a deep breath. I believe we're going to in for a little break here as they just invade the jungle right here. Taxa wants his camps, doesn't get them. Red buff denied and actually secured for Ragnar, which is going to be pretty big for these team fights.
I'm pretty sure they just want to get as much gold onto Ragnar. He's almost finished up his final item, or his next item. I believe that's going to be a Bloodthirster, maybe an Immortal Shield Bow if he wants that kind of survivability in the middle of the burst. But either way, he's looking to get towards that. Guardian Angel has been finished up onto Ute, which is pretty big because he's been jumping in and immediately getting popped. So his ability to now find a turnaround. Oh my god. Okay, fine. Ash Arrow does go a little bit wide. Ute's on the flank, they're coming in. Chimera's jumping in with him. Magnistorm stolen away with the Ashar. Ute's able to finish up Gooby. Equalizer goes down. Ragnar throws out the Featherstorm. Tax is going to try and look to get onto him, but it's so hard to do so. The Feathers are everywhere. He can't pull them back, but they all flash forward. Feathers locking Taxa in place. A triple kill though onto Nita. It's keeping the pressure up. A quadra kill. Verdant, they may just have done this. Jinrius needing W after W as Verdant may just have found their opening, their opportunity back into this game.
Freya started off the perfect Ashe ult, though Gooby dies instantly. The Gooby's not the only threat anymore. You've got Nitro as well. Quadra kill coming down from the Kai'Sa mid. Disgusting snipes and damage and all that burst from AP Kai'Sa. It's hideous stuff. And Verdant now should be in position to close this game out.
Chimera's up. They can equalize the wave just to chip through it as quick as possible. In comes Chimera. Jimrius locking people in place. Wave is cleared out. That's the crucial thing here. They're going in for the dive. That's going to be one assassinated immediately. Instantly found for the lockdown. They're trying to find the follow-up. Knight is going to go to the tower shots. Massive healing. Massive survivability. That's the triple quadra kill going over to Jimrius. Gooby.
No.
Don't give him the penta. I mean, give him the penta. That'll be hype, but
wait,
they're going to go for it.
End?
They've stolen away at Asher. He's got it. He misses it. In jumps Fi. Jimrius needs to just get that dash forward. Finds the lockdown. There's the finish up. There's the takedown. Fi will fall. Jimrius.
Take the tower.
Too greedy, bro. But that actually could potentially be it. The death time is 20 seconds on. In comes the rest of the team. They don't have their Xayah, but they're going to try and push for the end here. Fourth wall. Can they deny Verdant the final game of the split for them? They're looking to go for the win. The towers are going to go down. The Nexus has been left empty, and there it is. Fourth wall. Take out Verdant.
What did we